kids can have the most creative comments. And over his 30 years of teaching, Irv Korman heard an incredible amount of adorably amusing utterances from his elementary-age students. Lucky for us, he took good notes. And the result is a soon-to-be-published book called Antoine Was Here, 30 Years of Kids' Quotes. Irv is here today to share some of these must-hear messages. But first, we've got to talk about the title of the book. It's actually Antoine Was Here, H-E-A-R.
That's right.
So how did that happen?
Well, besides being a speech-language pathologist, I was a freelance entertainment writer, and sometimes the two collided with each other, and I was supposed to interview Bob Keeshan, Captain Kangaroo. And I told the publicist, you know, I'd interview at lunch between schools, and I gave them my school number in the morning. Well, they miscommunicated, so he called the school, Bob Keeshan. So I'm in the class, and over the loudspeaker, the whole school, Mr. Korman, could you come to the office? Captain Kangaroo's on the phone. So you can imagine. So I dismissed my class, and I went and I explained the problem. And so I interviewed him at lunch, but in the meantime, my other class came, and I wasn't there. So I came in the room, and one student had been there, and left on the chalkboard was Antoine Was Here, H-E-A-R. And so I remembered it, so, you know, it was just one of those things.
Yeah. And how did you gather all of these quotes while you were actually trying to teach?
Right. Well, I had about 5 children in a group, and I had about 4 or 5 groups in the morning, and I went to another school after lunch and did the others. And so I had my lesson plan books here, and when a student would say something funny, I would say, excuse me, and then I would write it down in the back.
My.
So,
lots of quotes I
yeah.
see there.
So after 30 years, I had 30 of these, and the first year I retired, I thought, I'll look. So I went and I took each quote, and I put them each on a index card.
Right.
And so I classified them by, you know, what'd you get for Christmas, what'd you do over the weekend, things like that. And so I just put them together. And
so let's hear some. Come on already.
You want to hear some? Well,
sure.
A lot of them would confuse George Washington and Abraham Lincoln because, you know, their birthdays were the same month. So they get them really mixed up. Like, who's George Washington? He was the first president of the United States. What did he do? He chopped down a cherry tree. Well, yeah, I know he did that, but when his father said, who chopped down this cherry tree, who did he say did it? He said Abe Lincoln did it. You know. Or, you know, who was Abraham Lincoln? He invented the penny.
That's a good one.
And that's just it. They were so serious, you know, about it.
Or they take things very literally.
Right, right. Or, you know, we're on different wavelengths. For instance, I'd say, who can tell me the capital of Ohio? Oh. You know, or I went to the ballet with my class and we saw Cinderella. And I said, oh, and what happened at the end? We clapped. You know, things like that. Or I'm going to summer school. Really? What are you taking? An eraser and a pencil. So it's like different wavelengths, but they're so serious about it, you know. And it's just, these started, I taught from 67 to 97. So some of these kids now are like 50, you know, or older. And I was reading them in 1997 from 30 years ago, and I was still laughing out loud at them.
Oh, yeah, and, definitely.
I just
it's
think
ageless.
Exactly. I just think they're, you know, it's funny. Especially since these kids are older now and probably have their own kids.
Yeah, they'll buy these books and go, oh, did I really say
exactly,
that?
Exactly, exactly. So hopefully they won't find me and say, I want part of the money you're getting for this book.
So
anyway.
While Irv Korman was teaching his students speech and language skills, his students taught him the lesson of enjoying innocent humor. And that's a lesson we can all still learn. Thanks to Irv's book, Antoine Was Here, 30 Years of Kids' Quotes. To order a copy, use the information that's coming up next.
To find out more or to order the book, visit www.loconeal.com or call 216-772-8380.